Welcome back to the Zero Check podcast. What episode is this now? Is this episode
75?
76.
76?
Wow.
76?
No,
75.
No, I'm just making stuff up.
75.
75.
Yeah, I just...
75th episode.
I just edited 73, 72, whatever it was.
You know, I've prepared an agenda for tonight. Should I read it off to you guys?
Yeah, man,
Here
you
we
should.
go.
Yeah,
I want
please.
to hear this so we can say nope.
We're good at staying on track and task.
Yeah,
I have 4 items on today's
Is it
agenda.
a mini game?
Maybe I need to add a 5th item. Item number 1, greetings. And also, what is your favorite pizza topping, and do you like calzones? And if so, does that change the toppings that you prefer between the two foods? Item number 2.
Whoa, hold on. Is it really a topping if it's in a calzone?
Are you doing small talk where we have to take the second part first? Is that
I'm
is that
just
what you're
reading
doing
the
to us?
agenda.
How could it be a topping if it's in a calzone? It's an inning. It's an inning.
Would you all just please wait until I've read the agenda?
It's one of those
before we
icebreaker
begin?
things, you know, where they put you all in the room. Never mind.
This agenda is dumb.
Please continue.
Okay, is everyone okay? Item number 2, Mike needs a retcon. That's item number 2.
Yeah, brush that under the table.
Item number 3, dungeon recap, comma, Forgotten Keep. I thought it'd be nice if we could talk through the Forgotten Keep. There are some additional things that I need to tell you about that dungeon
Is that where we
maybe
are?
didn't come through during the the actual running of it.
I already forgot about the Forgotten Keep.
Good. Item number 4, continue journey to Hargulka Stronghold.
Yeah, I like that.
Can we skip? Like when you're skipping an intro on a TV show, can we skip
Intro.
to item 4?
Skip agenda.
Why don't we cut item number 1? Should we just get rid of that one and just move on to item number 2? Mike needs a retcon.
Sure.
Okay. Item number 2, Mike needs a retcon. Okay, I need a retcon, guys. Will you take this up and hear it, please?
Well, let's hear it first.
Okay. So I was reading the Kingmaker Companion Guide over my lunch hour today, and something was nagging at me, and I needed to resolve it because I was a little concerned about it. I thought I was confused. I thought you guys were confused, and I thought maybe some of our listeners might be confused. And my confusion stemmed from this fact that there were 2 groups of trolls, right? Group number 1, of course, is Hargulka and his trolls and his other minions that he's accumulated. And group number 2 were Gragglebeard's Reavers, the group of trolls that attacked Bristle Hill and killed all of Yukondeo's friends and family and wiped out the whole town, right? And I was like, why are there 2 groups of trolls? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I got to go into the companion guide and read Yukondeo's entry again and figure out what the hell is going on with Gragglebeard and the Reavers. And so I get in there and I'm reading it, and I arrive at a picture of Gragglebeard, which I looked at, and I'm like, that doesn't look like a troll. What the hell is this? And I look at him, and I look at and this isn't much of a spoiler because I think Yukondeo would know this, but Gragglebeard isn't a troll. He's a hill giant.
Oh.
Well, then why the fuck did we bring Ikendeo with us?
Because because trolls are a subsect of giants. And so Yukondeo still, and that initial troll that he was fighting was allied with Gragglebeard. It's just that Gragglebeard himself does not happen to be a troll.
But he still likes killing trolls.
Yeah, because they're giants. And Yukondeo has some giant centric feats that are unique to him that he can do. For example, if Yukondeo enters a fight with a giant, and he's level 4 or greater, which he is now, he can hunt prey as a free action upon rolling initiative versus giant.
Oh, wow.
And he can also teach this feat to other people. Of course, I don't know when Drycolme is going to retrain, since we're already kind of on our way to Hargulka Stronghold, but but he could teach that 4th level class feat to.
Can we do it as a camping exercise?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to trade out your 4th level class feat for this one, then yeah, he could. He's like, I know.
I mean, I have Flip as my 4th level class feat, and that proved completely useless.
It probably looks awesome, though.
Probably does. Looks better than
It probably
Drycolme.
looks sweet as I get hit in the axe while I'm upside down in midair.
a few days. I don't know if we got that kind of...
Flip is useless. Flip is the new Detect Magic.
Hey.
Do we have a few days?
Well,
I mean, we got
you
a journey.
Well, if we're in the business of retconning, I mean, no, I'm kidding.
I need a
Look, Brad,
retcon.
we were on our way to this Hill Giant's cave, and look where we're at now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Though. Like we've already wasted some time, and we've got somebody with a condition that's going to, pop up when the moon goes full.
We should let Sirio go inside the cave when the moon is full, and then we just camp outside for the night, and then we go in the next day and see what happens.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad plan. It's not a bad plan.
I mean,
If he dies, then it solves the problem.
two birds, one stone.
So that's the retcon that I need. All those months ago, Deo, when he told you his sad story, Gragglebeard's a hill giant, not a troll.
He was in grief. I mean,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so that's the end of that item. Are we good on that?
yeah.
Should we receive and file?
All right. Don't know what that
Yeah.
means, but we can move
Sure.
on.
Just agree to it.
Okay. Item number 2, dungeon recap. You guys want to talk a little bit about the Forgotten Keep? How you felt in the keep? How I felt in the keep? What do you guys think? What did you think about the Forgotten Keep dungeon?
I'm still a little angry, and I don't really want to leave till we find that little quickling thing.
Oh, Rig Gargadilly?
Yeah, because I don't want him sneaking up on us in the woods and stabbing Sirio in the kidneys again.
Well, so Rig Gargadilly is a quickling with, as you might recall, a 100-foot land speed. And when I entered that fight with you guys, I had read the character sheets and prepared and everything, but it never dawned on me that he had a 100-foot land speed.
Are you sure he was a quickling and not like a goblin?
Yeah, I'm sure he's a quickling, but I never read that he has a 100-foot land speed. I was just like, holy crap.
That's fucking wild. That's just crazy. He's probably over at, back in.
I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
And quicklings have some other abilities that we didn't really get through to, but one of the things that you can do to a quickling is cast slow on them. And they are extra susceptible to that. And I think their save is really low versus like their mods go down when trying to save against it. Or I think you get 1 degree more of slow when you slow them. So if they get slowed 1, they become slowed 2. And then we had a great catch by one of the folks on our Discord server that I didn't realize this, but I guess at 5th level, many classes begin applying their critical specialization effects when they crit. And had you applied your crit specialization effect when you 0-checked into that crit, that would have pinned Rig Gargadilly to the forest floor. Oh. And he couldn't have moved. So I mean, hindsight's 20/20, obviously, and none of us caught it. But like, you might have been able to get the kill on Rig.
I did say in the podcast I was trying to pin him to a tree.
You did. That's probably what reminded our listener of that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Take a look at that. The truth is, I don't really know with the remastered Ranger whether that's still the case. Or I don't know your class as well as everyone else, But there's actually a subplot going on in the Forgotten Keep that I thought was interesting, but I did my best to let it come through a little bit when you guys were fighting the dancing lady, but I don't know if it quite landed, on both feet. But both Rig Gargadilly and Taorlean, that plant fey creature that had the viney pet, they both are kind of enamored with the dancing lady, and she knows that, but she keeps them at arm's length because she doesn't reciprocate, right? But they're still kind of all stronger in numbers, so she kind of, I don't know if stringing them along is the right word, but maybe there's a glimmer of hope in both of their minds that the dancing lady may say, why don't you come and hang out with me in my 4-post bed at the top of the tower, right? So if, as you observed, if Rig Gargadilly lives, he does not intervene with the dancing lady. He leaves. He just runs off into the forest, and he's still out there. But if Taorlean lives, if he escapes, he will intervene during the dancing lady fight because he's a little bit more loyal. So I thought it was very interesting that you guys killed the correct combination of bad guys in the tower to have an easier time with dancing lady. And you might recall during the fight, dancing lady at one point calls for both of them to come to her aid. And it's at that point that the plant dude will crawl up through one of the windows because he's out there listening, right? And the other thing that's interesting is that Rig and Teorlian don't like each other. And so Teorlian knew when you were fighting Rig Gargadilly, but he doesn't intervene to help Rig. He doesn't like him, and vice versa. But the way the dungeon works is that usually after you go to your first tower, Rig is designed to become aware of you. And he does what I had him do. He sneaks out into the courtyard and catches you off guard and goes to town on you guys, right? But you guys kind of did the dungeon in a good order, because you started with the rat tower. You took those guys down. That's when Rig becomes aware. But it's also possible for you to go and just open up Rig's door, and he's there in bed. I don't know. I probably would have had his shoes off or something. He's hanging out. So that probably would have been the best way to fight Rig Gargadilly. But if you would have fought Teorlian first, Rig would not have intervened, to help you guys either. But he would have then gone after you guys next, after you finished up with Teorlian. So I thought that was an interesting dungeon overall. I liked it. The other thing I want to tell you guys about the Forgotten Keep is that there are ways for you in the module to find out that it exists. There are rumors that you can hear about an old elven keep deep in the Gnarl Marches or something like that. But with how full the quest log is, I just never got around to dropping that. I never got around to dropping that breadcrumb for you guys to find. But you found it anyway. So
I think that kind of, that makes it a little more interesting. Like if we would have approached it less cautiously than we did, it would have been more interesting. If if we would have gone right to the center tower, that would have been wild.
Oh, yeah. Well, and an interesting thing about the center tower, and I didn't really do this correctly, but like during the Rig fight, I was hoping you guys would try to cut through the center tower to head him off, triggering the hazard on that first floor. I thought that would have been very interesting. But unfortunately, with the fog of war, you guys had no way of knowing that you could just walk right through the center of the middle tower to come out the other side and take a shortcut. So I kind of blew that. But I think that's another potential thing that can happen in the Forgotten Keep, which would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, because that's absolutely what we tried to done is cut through there. So I thought the dungeon, the way it's designed was interesting and somewhat unique, the way it was all kind of interconnected. But as a player, I absolutely hate encounters of things that I can't hit and have nothing to counteract it. Like I was like the wrong type of, and I hated it.
And when they get away, like fights that they get away historically with us, like it drives us crazy. It's like we want that dude dead.
Yeah, you guys like finale.
Heads on pikes, and that's it.
Yep. And that raises an interesting point, since we're doing milestone leveling, so it's like they get away, whatever. But if you're doing like traditional leveling, does that count as a win? If does that count as beating the encounter if the bad guy runs away?
I feel like I don't know the answer to that as far as like what this rule system says, but I would give you like 80% of the experience, because you defeated him. It's just that he still got away. I think that's probably what I would have done. The dancing lady encounter is, again, I'm just not sure how much of a challenge she is unless she has Teorlian backing her up. Because, she's got these sort of deals where, she can attract you guys to her and then drink your blood and get 10 temporary HP left. But I mean, ultimately, I felt like that wasn't enough damage to really put you guys into peril, and her healing wasn't enough to really, make a huge difference. I mean, a crit will just undo all of that. But that opener that she does, the dance, which attracts you guys, I thought that was an interesting mechanic. It got, Sirio into melee, for example, and it got Drycolme into melee, which is abnormal for you guys. But really beyond that, I just feel like she didn't have the throughput to really capitalize on everybody being in melee with her. And further, it also just put the rogue and the inventor in melee with her too. So I just don't think that her skill set is that compelling unless Teorlian is there with her, and in which case that fight gets real.
If all three of the, everybody was fascinated with her, and then, he's back doing whatever, then I think that encounter becomes way, way more difficult.
Yeah, and but as far as like where the Forgotten Keep lies in the whole meta plot of the module, I just feel like this is just another example of the thin membrane between the First World and the Stolen Lands. It's just additional evidence heaped upon all the other evidence that there's a ton of Fae around here doing weird shit. Oh, and finally, I guess the other thing that I forgot that I want to tell you is that the other thing about the Forgotten Keep is that, as you might have observed, they do have a little bit of a racket going here where she attracts road-weary travelers, lost people into the keep, and then her guys, will kill the trapped people, and then they all kind of split the loot up, and they all kind of had their own little bits and bops they got. Taorlian loved to collect the skulls. Yeah. Rig liked, the loot. And then the dancing lady has her pick of the nicest stuff, right?
A lot of fancy clothes. And I think if we do leave here, which I'm assuming we're going to, Mitch will kind of go and disarm that landmine that he set. But I wonder. I don't have
good luck finding it. Don't so well hidden out there.
I don't know if we're going to see Rig Gargadilli again, but like one thing I think would be fun to approach is to try to set up something in the tower that kind of shows how much the dancing lady was actually in love with Taorlian. Like, she was like totally like into him and like.
Put him on tilt in case we find him again.
Little douche. Like we could drag his body up here and we could put him in bed together or in the same room together. Yeah. Holding hands. Scandalous.
You know what? Sure.
I don't know if Dry's going to be okay with this staging a sex scene with corpses.
Well, I'm not just like even just like a note or something, or like just some sign that she.
Maybe you can do a secret check here, Mike. There's a create forgery action with a society check.
Society check, yeah. Do you guys want to create a forgery, a love note from the dancing lady to Taorlian?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That might actually be, yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Someone make a society check to do this thing.
Not it.
I got plus 11 to society. What's everyone else?
Plus 11.
1.
I'll try to aid.
Okay. You're gonna.
Why don't you guys each make your own forgery?
Okay. Yeah.
And you guys
we'll see who's the best.
We'll compare.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to try this?
Yes.
Okay.
25.
Ooh.
4.
Oh.
Hot 4.
24 for Og.
Oh,
I too got a 4. So like when Dry and Serio put their forgeries together, it still doesn't make sense.
It just says dancing lady and Taorlian forever.
Taorlian, will you go out with me? Circle one, yes or no?
Mine's written in crayon.
Well, let's see. What about the smart boys? What did you guys come up with for your forgeries?
There's a lot of graphic details that I don't think we can say here. Og fills those in.
Something about his speed.
The nubs of your thorny arms.
Just take out an excerpt from the 50 Shades and throw it in there.
The way your bark glistens in the moonlight.
Oh, my.
Oh man, talking about sap in places we don't want to know about.
Oh, my.
She makes a comment about how fast the other guy is. There's no time for her to enjoy it.
It's too quick.
He's definitely quickly.
It's too quick, yeah. The Zero Check Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. All right. With that, I think we will close out item 3 on our agenda. Do you like this agenda system I'm doing? Should we keep this up?
Yeah,
am I constraining the fun too much?
I think it's too early for feedback.
Okay. I probably better do this about the next 20 episodes, huh? All right, done with that. Mike needs a retcon, and we cut item 1. Perfect. It's time for item 4, guys, on the agenda. Continue
play tonight?
Journey to Hargulka's lair. Yeah, I think we're... All right, I'm going to take you back out to the Stolen Lands map. I assume you passed the night in the Forgotten Keep. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
One of this less, yeah. Maybe up
as long as we clean up with whatever tower we end up hanging out in.
Sure. You guys do. You pass the night without further incident. You do not hear from Rig Gargadilli. I assume one or both forgeries have been placed in the top room of the Forgotten Keep. And we're back on the Stolen Lands map. How you guys doing? Hey, what's happening?
I love this
One
map.
more thing on the forgeries. We should have made one from him and one from her and put them in the opposite rooms so it looked like there was correspondence.
Ooh.
I like that. Wait, can Rig even read?
Who knows? Shit. Damn it. It's just like, what are these?
Wipes his butt.
Kindling.
Papers. I got papers.
All right, you get up the next morning. You're good to go. Everyone's fine. Mitch and Og, Julius, and Tomton, your hands are sore from having written such lovely forgeries. I'm going to remember these forgeries. What do you do?
Let's hit the road. Or the
Let's get in a whip and roll.
drive through the trees.
It's time to whip and roll.
Which direction are we heading from this hex? Southeast or southwest?
Southeast.
Yeah, southeast. Let's keep it close to the other hexes we've hit.
In case we need to run.
That's true. Go into southeast. Yeah, if you explore the one to the southeast, that's one hex west of the Veskit lair of the Lizard King.
Oh.
See that?
Yep. Have we taken that over yet?
No, but I was reading. If you ever claim that hex and they pledge fealty, you'll incorporate Veskit as another settlement.
Ooh, I like that. That should be on our to-dos.
Yeah.
We'll hit it on the way out. Have a talk with the king and explain to him it's in his best interest to bend the knee.
Or we'll install a proxy governor,
Either way. Look, Chris and I are slowly turning into a not-so-nice nation.
Yeah, I know. I have to start giving you guys some infamy instead of femi, or just fame. Okay, so you guys head southeast into the next forest hex. Now, are you taking the extra day to reconnoiter this one as well?
Yes. Might as
Yeah,
well.
we should. We're here.
Yeah.
Then I shall take, please, perception checks all around. What do you got? What do you guys got?
Nothing good. Nothing worth it.
Troy's got a 26.
26. Okay. Can anyone beat a 26?
Nope.
You find another dungeon. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing here. It's just a beautiful forest hex. Definitely a good place for a work site. No river running through this one. Maybe not a great place for a settlement, but you need these pieces of land too, where you can build work sites. So it's just good. It's just good unsettled land. What I will tell you, though, is that there is evidence of trolls having been here. You see tracks, you see places where scuffles have taken place, looks like maybe hunting was done, maybe some killing, things like that. You're just not sure. It's just like you're in troll country now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can see that Ikundeo is a little keyed up by all this. You might recall his whole deal is like, I need to talk to these trolls because I got to find Gragglebeard, who's also a giant. They must be related.
These trolls are so much like giants that I always hated with a passion. Always, I remind you, always hated giants.
I've always felt this way.
I just picture Ikundeo kind of like looking at these tracks, looking at the markings, and then I have this like scene from Jurassic Park where they're searching through the big pile of dinosaur shit, but instead it's just big pile of troll stuff. And Ikundeo, he's so into it. No gloves, just right in.
Yeah, Mitch stands up in the whip. That's a big pile of shit.
Sure, we can make that canon. I'm for it. Ikundeo's like, we must analyze the contents of the stool to see what was in this troll's diet.
So that adds a lot to the risky surgery he performed on Syria as well.
Oh my God, poor Ikundeo.
Because I don't think he was slapping on latex gloves before he went to work.
You guys got poor Ikundeo searching through shit. That's so undignified. So different than how he's presented. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something else. I know we've done lots of tangents today, but I just can't help myself. But I think part of the reason why I assumed that Gragglebeard, his name's Gragglebeard. Trolls don't have beards. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, why I assumed Gragglebeard was a troll was, I don't know if it's a little bit of laziness on my part, but it's definitely perhaps an over-reliance on the computer game. Because in the computer game, Ikendeo's backstory is that trolls killed everyone he loves. Well, apparently that's not the case in the written module, so I just have to be a little more careful about that. But that is the source of my mistake, I think, is the damn computer game. Anyway, there's nothing in this hex except trollish poo. Yeah. So, you believe that by tomorrow in the mid-afternoon, if the map given to you by those 2 kobold spies is correct, then you will arrive at Hargulka's stronghold.
As long as we can get Ikendeo to quit playing in the poop long enough to get in the whip, so we can go.
I feel as if I've analyzed a small percentage of the stool, but if we must move on, then we shall. Okay. As I mentioned, a few episodes ago, these kobold guys gave you like a kind of a crude map, and so I'm going to show that map to you now.
Yay!
Ooh.
And I can't remember, did we do any kind of, we interrogated them obviously, but did we get any, I can't remember if we got any kind of sense of how truthful they were being, because I don't want to be going in with a fake map.
No, they're truthful. Well, I mean, you thought they were anyway. I mean, I guess you're not going to know until you know.
It's the Slaver Stronghold.
Yeah.
So Hargulka Stronghold is a series of caves that are square in nature, which is maybe your first tip-off from the kobolds that maybe these aren't naturally occurring caves, but they're like cubes carved into the mountain. There's a flat-faced mountain range here, okay? And east of the mountain range is a valley, and it's very lush and green, okay? And this is the mountain range here, depicted to the west. And there is a narrow path that starts down in the valley up north and goes up alongside the sheer rock face. Up, about 60 feet. So by the time you get to the front door, you're on this narrow ledge that's like 60 feet up in the sky. At the end of this ledge, there is a bit of the mountain that has been carved into what looks like a box, like a home, with double doors right here that you enter and exit out of, and that's the front door. And what the kobolds will tell you is, like, it's always guarded. Like, there's trolls in there and, hobgoblin archers that will chill out in this room and that will keep watch all the time. In addition, there's a watchtower that has been built up high above the mountain range as well, that seems to be incorporated somehow into this cave system. The kobolds will tell you they've never been up inside this tower, but they assume that there are denizens up in the tower that are able to look out across the valley and are able to look out at the approach. And so it looks as though it would be very difficult, to get into this place undetected. In any event, if you make it past the front door, there's a large official chamber where Hargulka holds court. And all of his, he's there with all of his people will meet there. And then back behind are additional rooms and things. And that's really where the top brass and the trolls live. The kobolds have never been back there. There's a barracks here, and that's where the kobolds had to live and sleep. And then this way here, that's the no-no room. And the no-no room to the left, that's where like all the demon dogs are kept and stuff. The no-no room is what I also call my mother's office when we're visiting home with my son. The no-no room. You can't go in there, Wyatt. And that's how the kobolds see this no-no room as well. And that this no-no room, they've never been inside, but that it probably leads to like tunnels and things like that where they keep a bunch of like the animals and things. So that's in a nutshell what you know about Hargulka's stronghold.
If we would have heard all this information before we left, there's no way I would have come out here. That sounds horrible.
Perhaps I should have given it to you beforehand.
Oh my God. This is going to be tough.
Is there any way, like, any history that we could have read or that Og could have read that maybe more information about who created this place, any history about it.
Make a society check.
All right. But a lore master lore check.
Sure.
I'll do a society check. Nope.
I always forget what that bonus is. 22.
Og, not in the Fort Trand library, which is not a library at all, but back in the library where you spent significant time in your backstory, you heard about an ancient dwarven fortress out in perhaps the Gnarl Marshes, the Stolen Lands somewhere. Maybe this is that place. It's of dwarven construction. Fits the bill. All these rooms carved into this mountain face with a defensive approach along a narrow outcropping on the mountains. Yeah, fits the bill. With a stone guard tower rising up above the mountains that overlook everything.
Didn't happen to read about the way to get in the back entrance, right? Because surely you don't just go through the front door only. Come on. Gotta be another way, right? Dry, what are we doing? We just knocking on the front door?
No, I'm thinking I'm going to take one of Brad's explosives, and either Serio or myself can sneak up to the front door.
Yeah.
And put it outside of it, and then sneak
knock.
back, and then, either Brad or I shoot it with our bows.
Yeah.
Explode it, draw the guards in the first room at least outside, so we're not trying to stack a door and push in.
I understood that they're outside the door. That there's like a little.
Are they outside?
Right?
I thought they were inside. With
They're inside, but what the Cobalt spies would have told you is that they watch, like there's like arrow slits that they.
Well, there's a
look through
guard
tiny
tower, right?
windows.
Yeah.
So they could.
And there's a guard tower, that overlooks everything.
a stealth of 13. And
Yeah, in a similar vein of creating a distraction, I mean, I know we like our animal companions, but if I was a troll, I think pig looks very tasty.
Dog.
So maybe just not sacrificing him, right? But maybe using him as a distraction to draw the trolls out.
I mean, I know he's being a dick lately, but come on.
I thought.
Speaking of animals, is there any other form that Serio could take for extended time to scout?
I would have to open up the book and look, but I think so.
Beetle form.
A beetle.
Yeah.
He'd have to be Ringo, though.
Trying to think distraction wise. Okay, here's the other. Yeah. Hargulka has been like out recruiting, right? So maybe we say, hey, we're here to be recruited.
Yeah.
But I suppose
Surely,
if he's heard about us, we're probably.
I can't imagine humanoids would be welcome. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That, and they'll probably take all of our weapons from us. And I'm not okay with that at all.
Yeah, the problem with animal form is it only lasts a minute.
Oh, yeah.
If we want to do the whole lure somebody out, maybe we could throw that elemental gem at the door.
Yeah.
I just blow the door up.
That would cause a ruckus for sure.
Have the elemental pop out and then have him kite him back to.
But what's
to
our
us.
next step after that? Like we
bringing them back to us. So we're not going to
go
do
that
up
maybe
there.
once, right?
Yeah.
Well, the goal is just to clear that first room out.
Well,
Or to just sit there till they stop coming out. Hopefully we can draw the whole keep out. That would be great. And then bottleneck him in that door. And bottleneck him in that door and just shoot arrows at him and fireballs.
I don't think that'll go very well for us.
I mean, we could try to explore the backside, see if there's a back way in. But either way, if we get trapped in a hallway against two trolls, then...
So it sounds like this is a cliff face and it's built into the cliff face. So it kind of sounds like to me like you'd have to go around the backside of the mountain to try to find a cave.
Or the top of it and try and find a shoot down.
Yeah. Okay, so the door is on a path and basically, so there's a door, path, then 60-foot drop off. Is that my understanding?
Yeah, so the front door opens out onto a 10-foot outcropping.
Okay.
And east of that outcropping is a 60-foot drop down to this lush valley below.
Sure.
So
if you then head north down that path, you'll eventually, your elevation will go down until eventually you're down in the lush valley. So you kind of start in that valley and then ascend up the side.
Okay. So we'll have to start here on the path down, which automatically gives them high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the starting point right there.
So it's either we draw them outside and fight them on a hill, or we pack into a very small room with a bunch of people and hope for the best when Chris casts Fireball.
Well, The problem that we're going to have is if we can get the guards and the guard tower to come down and fight us without disturbing anyone inside, that's great. But I'm just afraid that one of the guards runs in and yells, "We're under attack."
Well, that's exactly.
Then it's kind of the whole keep empties out.
They're not dumb AI that are just gonna aggro and run out. Mike's gonna have
Call of Duty.
He's gonna have run back and alert and be prepared for every room we go into from there.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything deception-wise that's going to help us. I think this is just kind of like what's the best.
We're going to have to. I mean, this is going to be probably like blunt force dungeoning.
Yeah. I mean, we've got some time until the full moon, and we made good time getting here, so we could stake it out for a couple days just to see what their movements are, or if they have any patterns, or if we can tag.
If they send a patrol out, we could just kill the patrol, and then maybe they'll send more people out looking for the patrol.
Maybe we should just watch for a little bit, and so we just start killing stuff.
See what happens.
That's not a bad idea. Wow, look at that.
I like the stakeout idea. You want to try that?
Yeah, let's in camp.
Okay. So
get that food buff.
Yeah, so let's use this kind of larger map. You know that you've got this valley here to the east of the rock face. Well, let's do it this way. You get up that morning from that empty forest text that you just reconnoitered. You get into the whip. You drive southwest. Maybe you're having this conversation along the way. You're looking at the purple crayon notes that the spies gave you, and you're like, how are we gonna get in there? And the decision is reached. We're gonna find a place where we can look out at the sheer rock face from hiding, and we're gonna stake it out. Is that reasonable? Is that what I'm hearing?
That is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I might need just a quick little pause point here, but there is something that Mitch could craft along the way if you give me leeway to do that.
Oh, I'll drive.
Mitch does just hold the wheel for a second. And really, crafts. He's still doing braking gas, but
all right. What I'm looking at right now is the Instant Spy. It's a little gadget.
What does it do?
Instant Spy is a tiny clockwork device that's small enough to be easily hidden, so we would have to hide it up there somehow. It contains the same audio recording mechanisms as a clockwork spy, as well as short-lived gemstones that can store up to 1 hour of sound to play back later. Once you've activated the Instant Spy, it surreptitiously begins recording all the sounds around it for an hour. Well, that might actually. We'd have to go. I'm sorry. Wasted your time. We'd have to go up there and hide
it could be like a trail cam, but it only has audio?
Only audio, yeah.
And you would have to trigger it and then leave and then hope that a patrol walked by within the next hour.
Well,
or if we could plant several around.
Let's stake out, because maybe there's shipments. Maybe there's something going in there that we could plant this on, right? That's going in. So I think we might find use for it.
Yeah, but it's just the timeline of crafting it, like on the fly.
Oh, it takes too long? Okay,
yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. Sorry.
I think the first hurdle to the stakeout angle is probably a survival check to navigate this hex, or a perception check to find the rock face, and to do so without alerting them. I think really it's got to be a perception check first to find. I mean, roughly where it is, but it's still a 12 square mile.
So who's doing it? I'll try to aid. Who's gonna?
My survival's garbage.
Brad, you want to roll it?
My survival's garbage. No.
Well, this is a perception.
Oh, this is a perception check.
Just perception.
I'm good at that.
That's a 24 for Mitch.
No aid from Og.
Oh, here. I'll aid Mitch with a 25.
Okay. Syria, can you beat a 26 with the aid? Okay. So, Mitch, you're driving. Get your eyes, you're squinting in the late afternoon sun. We've had a stretch of good weather, by the way. A lot of the snow is melted, but it's the Gnarl Marches after all, so it's getting soggy, and you're traversing around and you're concerned, this contraption is making too much damn noise. Okay, any minute trolls are coming out, right? You're in troll country. You're driving through the Gnarl Marches, trees all around you, fungus all around you, gigantic mushrooms. You're not sure if you can eat them or not. And you detect the slightest elevation rise, which tells you, change in terrain is maybe coming. You turn, you head due west. You hope you're down in the valley, and you hope that if you just take it slow enough, you're going to see this cliff face emerge out of the terrain before you're too close. And you and Dry are together up in the front. You're watching. You got it. And you fucking get it. Okay? You find it. You see it. And as the sun is just going down in the late afternoon, the evening light, you see a glimmer of firelight coming out from what's gotta be some kind of ancient crafted guard tower that is arising out of this cliff face, far off in the distance. And you see evidence of this narrow path that you can walk up, and you see these doors way up high, up in this cliff face. It's like El Capitan, it's like El Cap, this cliff face. It's sheer. Or is it? You're not sure. Maybe you could climb it. You're just not sure. In any event, now that you're here nearby, it looks as if you're undetected. I need now a survival check to find a good place to pass the night and to begin watching this place.
I can roll it if somebody wants to aid. Well, who's got the best survival?
No, I think it's got to be you, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's +7. All right. Okay.
Yours only +7.
I don't want to rely on Ikendeo either.
What about Ikun?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we checked that, and he was pretty shitty.
Okay.
What? That doesn't sound like Ikendeo.
Terrible ranger.
+8 survival.
+8.
It's better. I'll try to aid.
I will roll for Ikendeo.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will Ikendeo.
No aid from Og. Jesus.
Ooh. Okay. So no aid for Ikendeo.
I'll aid him.
I think only one person can try, though.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Did you?
Here I have him. I'm rolling my speckled gray and black dice. Ikun goes, I will see what I can do, but I'm so angry because I'm near giants. Remember how much I hate giants? You find a place. Is it good? Is it bad? You sure hope it's good, but you're not sure. But it looks like, you know what it is? It's kind of northeast. It's kind of here. Let me mark it here on this map where you guys are. It's kind of right here. Feel like you can get a good view of this place from down in the valley. But there's a little bit of concealment provided by a rock formation and some trees. And that's where you are.
Between where Dry is standing to the west, how good is the view of the door? And is there anything between where I'm at, this area?
There's trees and things for sure that are obscuring you and that obscure the bottom part of the cliff face. Okay. But as you crane your neck up, yeah, you've got a clear view of the door. You're probably couple foot, I don't know, about 700-800 feet away probably. So it's decent, a couple football fields, I guess, right? And you can see the guard tower pretty clearly. You can see the front door pretty clearly. You don't have a great angle on the mountain path, of course, but if someone were to walk it, you could see them. It's just that you can't see the floor of the path because it's up above you.
All right, well, I guess we set camp and conceal it.
Should we do camping rules?
Ooh.
You guys want to camp?
Yeah, let's camp.
Might as well.
Last camp ever.
We're really good at camping.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you guys already passed the find campsite thing-a-ding.
Oh.
Last time we tried to find a campsite, Bashk Trand was still in the party.
Yeah. I think we slept in a swamp.
What are we going to eat? Shit.
We can't have a campfire anyways, Brad.
That's true.
Yeah, no campfire for sure. Yeah, you guys are eating hardtack tonight. Any camping activities?
Let's relax first. Let's relax first.
Relax, right? Yeah.
Oh, you guys are going to relax first?
Get that +1 bonus to our next roll.
All right. You spend 2 hours listening to campfire stories, chatting, reading, meditating, napping. Result, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to the next check you make in order to resolve a camping activity. Okay. All right. Then we shall relax, and you do. While you're relaxing, I will say that you can still passively monitor the front of the dungeon, and you see absolutely no movement from there. No one comes in. No one comes out.
Let's just go up.
All right. Now,
is there anything that Ikendeo can teach us?
Oh. Well,
you want to learn from a companion?
You want to learn from a companion?
Maybe.
Well, let's see. Ikundeo.
Here's some first aid tricks.
Maybe you can tell us how to tell the difference between a troll and a giant.
No.
That might be handy.
I'm not sure what the source of this confusion is. Gragglebeard has always been a hill giant. Camping with Ikundeo, he can do something called wilderness survival. Ikundeo attempts to bolster efforts to cook campfire meals or treating illnesses by gathering herbs from the campsite's environs. Any attempts to cook a meal or treat disease gain a +1 item bonus during this camping session. If the party is level 11 or higher, the bonus increases to +2. So Ikun doesn't need to make a check to do this. He just can confer this bonus. And in fact, I'm going to say that while resting and relaxing, Ikun quietly goes out and collects herbs, and he will grant a bonus to cook a meal or treat disease. Although I guess you guys aren't cooking tonight because you don't want to use a campfire.
And nobody's diseased, so.
If you want to learn wilderness survival from Ikundeo, you can do that. I'm getting deja vu. I feel like this exact thing happened once, and no one could learn anything from Ikundeo. I feel.
You know what? I'll try and learn it. Let me do the camouflage check first.
Sure.
And then I'll try and learn wilderness survival or whatever.
All right. Make that camouflage campsite. So this is going to reduce the zone DC, the encounter DC.
Somebody can provide aid to that too if they need to. They would like to.
Yeah, someone try to aid.
It won't stack with the relax. Unless you crit the aid check.
So it's a +1, so it's 13 and 13 is 26.
Got it.
Success. Your work helps to hide the camp from detection. Increase the encounter DC for your camp by 1. So when I roll this tonight, the DC is higher, which is good.
Well, obviously there's no campfire. We're going to keep it nice and tight. We're going to pull in branches and twigs and sticks and just build like a little bush that we all crawl inside and just hang out in. Kind of like a duck blind for trolls.
Og does offer to teach you how to conceal, like he concealed that landmine earlier, because that was, it was so well hidden we couldn't get it back.
Couldn't find it.
So
yeah.
Right.
I'm going to go over to Og and be like, hey, can you just keep it down? And even though he's not saying anything, I'm just going to be like, hey, shh. We need to be quiet in the woods.
He just winks and gives you the thumbs up and goes, no problem.
Quiet in the woods.
Like,
no problem.
Just scribbling along.
No problem. Organize watch.
Yeah, I'll try to organize you guys into a suitable watch order.
Organize the watch. This is a perception check against the zone difficulty class. You'll get a bonus to this.
24.
Yeah. Characters gain a +1 status bonus to perception checks made during their shift on watch. Good job.
You guys are killing it.
You guys are killing it. Let's see. Anyone want to tell a campfire story?
Og has a bunch of information about trolls he is willing to tell you guys.
Oh.
Yeah. And he'll treat it like
Let's
a
hear
campfire
that.
story.
Is this stuff you picked up in your, what's that other gnome's name?
Jubilost.
Jubilost, yeah. Did you pick this up from Jubilost or?
No, yeah, I've got no. Maybe that's what he intersperses, like what Jubilost said about trolls, and then what the actual truth is about trolls. So it's a combination of just running Jubilost through the mud and educating everyone.
This is a performance check against the zone DC.
Oh, God.
I know I play him like a bard, but he's not.
Attempt a performance check against a DC equal to that set by your own level. Okay, so I know that. So
That's not bad. He's got a +7 performance, I guess.
Didn't we get some kind of item to help with performance, or was that?
Yeah, we got that dancing
There was a
dancing
liar.
scarf, right?
dancing scarf.
The scarf.
That was for. All right, I'll take the dancing scarf.
Yep.
And I will. I'll dance. I'll give the interpretive dance version of this campfire
Of the troll
story.
history.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
So I rolled a natural 16.
Oh.
For my performance is a +7, so that gets us up to 23. Right.
You inspire
24.
your allies dramatically. For the remainder of the camping session, you get a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks during combat at the campsite should it occur.
Og's talking with his hands. That's what this is. That's what the performance is.
The bonuses will end as soon as daily preparations begin next morning. If an ally spent the hour relaxing, they can also choose to reroll a failed roll at any time once during the remainder of the camping session.
Wow.
Jeez. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the crit success, not the success.
Never mind.
Okay, so no reroll. But
Still, great story
Yeah, it was a good
or
story,
interpretive dance, bro.
Scarf really brought it together.
My gosh.
I picture, like the ribbon dance routine or whatever.
From old school. I didn't expect the scarf to help me articulate the point so well. This is very effective.
I feel like Og, Julianus, and Tompton will never take that scarf off now. That is your scarf, man. Beautiful. We got to redo the token art with the scarf on now. We're gonna fucking roll this shit out. You guys concealed. You guys camouflaged the campsite. You have organized the watch, and you've told a campfire story. You're eating your hardtack. Bill, you want to try to learn from Ikun real quick? Why don't you make that survival check?
Do I get a +1 to that for relaxing?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's your decision.
I'm going to give it to you.
That's fantastic. So that's a 24.
Yeah, you know how to do wilderness survival now.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, nice. Ikun's like, you have learned much better than you did last time, Dracomay. Do you remember?
I don't think I've ever tried to learn anything.
50 sessions ago when we did this the first time.
No.
I barely remember it myself. All right, so here's the deal, fellas. I'm going to fucking roll this shit out legit, okay? We are going to pass the night here while you guys are watching this place. A combat could break out. It just simply could.
I like how you're whispering.
So what's the watch order? Did I miss that?
I don't think we said.
No, I say it out loud.
I organized it, but it was loosely organized.
It's been organized but not defined. Here, I'll write it down here. Who's taking first watch?
Mitch will always take first watch.
Okay.
And Dry will take the last. I'll take the Dry will be last.
Okay. 3 more.
I'll go second.
I'll go in second. Where's Ikun?
Third.
Oh, if Eakin's in the watch, it only takes 9 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So he's
So
third.
then Sirio takes the penultimate. Okay.
Yeah, second to last. It's like the worst one.
Always. Yeah, Chris is always the one that gets the encounters.
Okay. All right. So my instructions are to check for a random encounter by making a flat check against the zone DC, which has now been elevated by 1 every 4 hours. So with 5 of you watching over 9 hours and some minutes, that I think means that I must roll 3 of these.
Yeah, you'll roll 3 times, but somehow randomly determine which roll, whose watch those rolls are going on.
I mean, that's the kind of the thing I don't understand.
I don't think it has to
about this,
line up and math out perfectly.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so everyone takes everyone takes a 3-hour or 4-hour watch. Okay, so what does that mean? That fucking you guys always organize yourselves every 4 hours. You put a high perception person in. It doesn't make sense to me, All right. So we're on first watch with Mitch. Mitch, I will take your perception check, and you get a +1 bonus to this.
Heck yeah, man. Let's go. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
28 total.
Og, Julianus, and Tompton.
A lot of pressure suddenly for a perception check, I feel like.
Yeah.
Don't be nodding off.
19 with the bonus.
Nice.
Okay, that's perfectly decent. That's a decent roll.
Perfectly adequate.
Yeah, it's
Perfectly
crummy.
adequate.
Ikun Deo, natural 20'd.
Ooh,
Wow.
Nice job, Ikun.
Ooh, who was Owen Wilson right there? Wow.
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 Sirio.
Oh, I rolled so low. Low. With the +1 from being organized, 17.
Dude, that's a high perception.
Dry Colmay bringing up the rear.
26.
Nice job, fellas. All right.
Very, very alert.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make 3 encounter checks now.
Here comes a gigantic owl bear.
Okay. Oh God,
We're
I'm
remastered though.
I'm nervous.
That's
I
right.
just feel like a lot's riding on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our future, our lives.
Oh, okay.
The entire complement of trolls begin pouring out of the keep.
Mike, this could ultimately end our entire friendship.
This could.
Could ruin it all, Mike.
I'll take my dice and going home.
I'm going to tell you what. You guys passed the first encounter, DC.
Are you gonna pick what time the encounter is after, if we have one?
I'm going to roll to see when it occurs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Win. If.
Okay. You guys passed the second one.
Oh, we got this.
You guys are 2/3 of the way there. Okay. I'm going to invert the roll.
Shit's easy.
Here we go.
That looks so dumb. Please don't ever roll like that again.
Okay.
That's what happens, Mike.
The night passes without interruption. My flat checks were 5, 5, and 12. The encounter DC is higher than those numbers.
Wow.
And I believe I am to reduce the encounter DC each time I roll by 1, which even if I'd done that, you still would have passed. By these rules, I am also to reduce the encounter DC and roll against you guys while you're doing camping activities too, but I opted not to do that simply because I determined there was no movement in and out of the keep. So I just didn't think there was any chance of you getting discovered during camping activities. Okay. Man, my heart was racing. I think we're going to be all right. So,
And I'm making the assumption here all throughout the night, through the watch, we never saw anything happen at the keep.
No. Here's what I will say. During Ikundeo's watch, which would have been really in the deep dead of the night, middle watch, which he also happened to roll a natural 20 during, he saw the light go out in the watchtower for a few minutes before it was relit. So, I don't know what you want to extrapolate from that.
Like a shift change, maybe, or
Torch ran out.
that or the fire simply went out, but people didn't notice, until for in fact, let me amend this. It wasn't like 5 minutes. It was like 25 minutes. Like no one maybe noticed. So either that or maybe a shift change, but I mean, you assume there's like a bonfire going up there.
Okay.
Sorry, Bill, what was that?
I said maybe there was nobody in the watchtower for 20 or 30 minutes.
Could be.
All right, so...
Okay, so it's like a fire, not just a torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's between a torch and a bonfire. Like maybe like a campfire is up there.
Okay. It's not like somebody holding it. It's big enough that it's got its own, it's part of the tower.
Yeah, you'd think there's some logs up there. I mean, if this thing is all hewn and built out of stone and mason work, it's totally safe to have a fire up there. This place isn't going to burn down.
Clearly it was not in our Minecraft server.
Or that stone keep we had to fire in. That was a big problem.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What?
Back when we had the deuce.
Back when we had to do the fire.
There was the fire
minigame.
encounter that we had to...
Oh my God, episode
yeah.
4? You guys are going through the fire into the west wing of Jumandi's
Yeah, burn down
manor.
those stone walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it didn't burn out all the wooden sub walls or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't quite make sense. The Deuce's last ride.
That's right.
I don't think there's enough information there to give us any help. Like, okay, the lights go out for 20 minutes in the middle of the night. How does that help us?
unless we see it happen again, like during our stakeout.
I'm just wondering, if it's a window where it's going to be easier for us to get to the front doors, right?
Should we stay one more night?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, can we investigate the tower? Do we see somebody leaving? Do we see it just goes out and they just don't realize it? Like, maybe we can gather more information.
Yeah.
If we're going to stick around for a day, who has a high stealth?
You do.
Besides me.
Probably you.
Chris does.
I kind of want to scout the trail going up.
Yeah.
Just to get my eyes on it to see what it looks like.
Well, I mean, whoever wants to, if you want to, we can stay here if you want to stealth ahead a little bit, and then.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna bring a battle buddy in case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah. I don't know if that's 2 stealth checks, or we can do the follow the leader if you want to take somebody with you.
Well, here's what I'll tell you about this plan. There is significant and there's plentiful cover throughout this valley area, this lush area, but you hit that trail, and this place, the dwarves designed it for that
defensive,
for that tower to like have a straight shot down that trail, down back into the valley. So are you telling me you want to try to walk the trail, or are you telling me you want to like walk along the cliff face under the cover and kind of scope it that way?
It's pointless to walk the cliff face because I can't see anything except once I get close, I won't be able to see anything but the cliff face.
Well, can we take a look at the cliff face? Maybe there's like a hidden door or like a cave or a crack or something.
Holding it free solo. Oh, Capitan.
No, I mean not so much to climb it. Like maybe there's like a little, like the maybe that's where the poop comes out. Like maybe it's a little latrine exit, like a sewer deal.
I mean, yeah, we can go search for shit.
We go reverse Shawshank on it.
Right. Yeah.
Dry, who's your battle buddy? Who you taking?
Somebody with a pretty high stealth.
Is this where Dry and Ogjulinus and Tomton become best friends?
I have a +10 stealth.
It's pretty good.
We just went over this. We have low. I'll go. Yeah, I just thought there was a higher stealth out there, but yeah, I'll go.
Well, the king, but I'd like to not drag the king.
Og and Dry. Here we go.
Yeah, all right, well, let's fucking...
Let's
roll. Look at Og and be like, let's go play in the woods.
Let's go see if we can find that shithole Mitch was talking about.
Maybe they won't notice your bright blue hair.
Probably not. I'm short. It's cool.
So, all right, well, we're going to journey out.
The girls never noticed it. The girls never noticed me, so maybe these guys will miss me too.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Og, let's go play in the woods.
All right, so Og and Dry set off while Mitch and Sirio and Ikundeo continue monitoring staking out the cliff face, what you can see of it.
Also, I'm going to let Pig just roam around freely, hoping by chance that one of the trolls sees him and comes out. I'm just going to let him just run around in the woods.
Pig gleefully runs off into the woods on his cloven hooves.
And he's gone.
And he's out. He's gone. You never see him again. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So where are you going to work yourselves toward?
I want to work myself towards the guard tower and the front door, like in this area. Just to get eyes to see if we can, like, are there big windows in the guard tower? Because you said we can see the fire. We'll be able to see people inside. How many are inside?
Yeah.
Where are they positioned? Where are they looking?
Yeah. So if you were to get up to the cliff face, obviously you'd be looking straight up toward this guard tower. So I'm not sure you'd be able to see the tower, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't you and Og both make stealth checks as you work your way through this foliage on this approach through the valley?
Sure. Oh God, this will be great. He's got to find that landmine.
Fuck. Don't roll a natural one. Did you roll a natural one?
No, I just heard Donnie go, fuck.
I didn't roll a natural one.
Oh, I didn't roll a natural one either.
I rolled a natural 2.
I rolled a 13.
That's right. That's still
so my total is a 12.
And hopefully the DC starts out low and gets higher the closer you get, but 12's kind of bad.
Yeah, so I'm shortcutting this a little bit. Maybe this was unfair of me, but I was thinking the stealth check would represent your approach toward the toward the cliff face. But that's okay. You guys are probably going to be fine.
I rolled a 26 with my bonus.
A 26 with the bonus.
But you've got
I rolled a 13 and I got a 13. Stealth. So
but you're getting followed by a bag full of jingle bells.
Yes.
Okay.
He's literally just singing, "You can't see me, you can't see me," top of his lungs.
It's like a kid. He's like stepping on dry sticks intentionally.
Every 3 steps, Dry turns around and looks at him. He's like, what are you doing?
Og and Dry make perception checks.
22.
Another natural 2 for a total of 11.
Okay. Og's unaware that he's made some noise. Sirio, Mitch, Ikundeo, you see some movement up in the guard tower. And you see a winged figure step out onto like the palisade of the guard tower and begin looking around.
Caca! Caca!
Oh my God.
And Og's talking so loud we can't hear the signal.
Just everyone stay calm, okay?
What did my 26 get me? Am I hidden? Can they see me?
It doesn't matter.
You might want to get away from Ogjulinus and Tom.
Right? It's not you that they're concerned about. It's the air horn next to you.
I look at Og like he's wearing a bunch of jewelry and it's just going ching, 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 ching,
He's got that.
as he's walking through the
Rick
woods.
Gargadilly's urn full of gems that he's shaking
If
around.
you're hidden and you know it, clap your hands. If you're hidden and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah, he's going to town.
I can't. God.
Oh, we're all going to die.
Okay. Dry, you see it. Og doesn't see it. Mitch, Ikun, and Sirio see it. Everyone make a nature check. Or, I'm sorry, everyone make a society check.
That's even worse.
21 for Mitch.
20
Mitch.
for dry.
Mitch, you know what this is. These are harpies.
Oh, fuck.
Farming harpies for feathers. That's
Feathers, yeah, I was about to say.
Harpies are filthy amalgamations of human and bird, resembling feral humans with wings, talons, and mouths full of sharp teeth. They use captivating songs to lure creatures in and then murder them while they stand transfixed. Boy, they sound lovely.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is a harpy. This
Wait,
harpy,
so are they birds or humans?
They're humans with kind of
Bird humans.
bird wings. They kind of, honestly, they're reminiscent. They're like really ugly Strix, honestly. But they've got like bird talon situations and bird hand things too. This harpy steps out onto the palisade and takes flight and begins flying around, kind of
Tried it.
flying over the valley and scoping things out.
Oh, fuck.
And
How high in the air is it?
I mean, above you, probably 100 feet or so, because the front entrance is 60 feet above you, and then the tower rises another 60 feet above that, approximately. So this thing's high up in the air, flying around. But I mean, but it goes high. It's like looking around, and at this point, I don't know what else to do except to make a perception check on behalf of this harpy. Okay, so I'm going to do it.
She's looking for blue and white hair.
I'm doing it right now.
Do we get a chance to hide like while this is happening, or are we just like staring at it?
Well, I think Dry maybe would have a chance to tell Og, hey, hide, like, it's harpies.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn around like, would you fucking get down?
I think Og hears Harper and he goes, "Where?" And just looks up and
Stealth
not
checks
hide.
from you two. Stealth checks from you
checks,
two guys. down the
23.
valley.
23 for me as well.
Nice. Okay, so you guys both hit the deck under the foliage. Good to go. The harpy will spend the next 2 to 3 minutes flying around, looking.
I really want to shoot the harpy.
Shoot it. Well, it's 100 feet away. You can reach that with your bow.
I know. See, I was thinking, if I shoot at the harpy, even if I miss and she goes back and tells everybody, we can funnel them down that trail unless they're going to jump 60 feet off of a cliff to us. I mean, that's
Harpies don't really have to jump down cliffs, though. They can
No,
just
but I'm
fly.
saying if I shoot and miss and she makes it back to the tower and
Right.
warns everybody in the keep, they still have to come down that trail on the face of a 60-foot cliff to fight us. I'm just giving you guys, because if I miss, everybody's going to know we're
We've
here.
gotten a bit of information. We could get more if we continue the stakeout.
Right.
All right. Dry's going to knock his
Yeah,
bow.
we still don't have to rush. We can still
And then-
just watch.
Yep.
Dry's going to knock his bow and aim and then think twice about it and just lay back down.
Was Og Julius and Tompton next to you like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, Og thinks you lost it, and so Og Jules Thompson's like, "Oh, it's right there. If you missed it, if you want to still shoot it, right?"
I'm going to... Dry's going to show that he's growing as a person and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this yet. Maybe I should give us a fighting chance.
It's a bad influence on the gnome.
The harpy will gracefully fly back into the guard tower.
All right.
Yeah, like how much progress did you guys actually make
Well,
to the cliff?
Given that it was a single stealth check to get you guys up there, I mean, at this point, having sort of had a little bit of luck not getting spotted by that harpy, and again, I'm fucking nervous. I'm like putting myself through it because I don't know what's going to happen. You guys are able to reach the cliff face where it meets the ground of the valley, and I mean, there's tree cover all throughout this.
All right, well, I'm going to start searching for Brad's poop chute. Oh, yeah, I said it.
Do we need another take?
I don't think we do.
And then I'm also gonna look at the scalability of the cliff face
Okay.
because I
Two
have a
things
plus
then.
13 athletics and I maybe could get up it.
All right. So I think what I'm going to need then are 2 perception checks from Dry and from Og as you begin walking along this cliff face.
My first one's 26.
Okay.
20 for Og, Jules, and Tompton.
Okay.
And my next one's 16.
Okay. Interesting. It's a pretty good roll there, Bill.
Thanks.
I'm not going to lie to you. Scalability. Yeah, you think DC 20 athletics checks, you could scale the cliff face and perhaps scale up into the watchtower. You think that could happen. I mean, it's 120 feet up there. So we're talking maybe ropes, grappling, I don't know, what grappling hooks, I don't know. You think you could do that, okay? You take note of that, okay? And you continue walking. You and Og agree upon that much, okay? But here's the difference between a 20 and a 26 in this situation. Maybe Og's walking up ahead a little bit, looking around, searching. He misses it. But not Dry. Dry, Colmay. You are walking along the cliff face. Maybe you place your hand upon the rock to test it, and your hand just passes through. It just passes through. And you realize that there is a thick layer of vines growing down the cliff face.
Fuck yeah.
That has concealed what appears to be a natural circular tunnel going into the cliff face at ground level.
We found the poop chute.
It needs a trim.
There's some of these people.